All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down how to finally escape that endless loop of tutorials and start thinking, acting, and building like a real world developer. If you're really ready to level up your programming journey, you're in the right place.
So, does this sound familiar? You've watched, I don't know, hours upon hours of videos, you finished a dozen online courses, and yeah, you can explain what a for loop is. But the moment you stare at a blank screen, you just feel totally lost. Well, that's tutorial hell. And honestly, it's the single biggest roadblock for so many aspiring developers. You're collecting facts, but you're not actually building skills. So, how do we get out? How do we break the cycle? It all starts with a huge shift in perspective. You've got to understand the critical difference between the language of the code and the logic that actually drives it. This right here, this is the key that unlocks absolutely everything. Okay, check this out, because this slide nails the concept perfectly. Just think of syntax as grammar, the rules that a language like Python or JavaScript has to follow. But the coding logic? That's the actual story. That's what you're trying to tell the computer to do. And what's really wild is that all coding logic, all of it, boils down to just these three fundamental ideas. You've got sequence, what order to do things in. You've got loops, what stuff to repeat. And you've got if-else, how to make decisions. That's it. These are the timeless building blocks that are going to outlast any specific programming language you learn today. So once you really get that logic is king, you need a philosophy, a guiding principle. And it's not about writing the most complex, clever-looking code you can dream up. No way. In fact, it's the exact opposite.
And here it is, the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. This isn't just a programming thing. It's a cornerstone of great design and great engineering. The whole idea is that simplicity should be your ultimate goal because, almost without exception, the simpler solution is the better solution. So why is it better? Well, because simplicity isn't just about how it looks. It's about how it works. Simple code is way easier for you and others to understand, to maintain, and to debug. It's almost always more efficient, it's more flexible when things inevitably change, and it seriously reduces the risk of bugs popping up.
And if you don't believe me, just look at some of the most successful products ever made. Think about the Google homepage. It's just a box. The original iPhone interface, or even Twitter's first character limit. They all hide this immense complexity behind a simple, beautiful, user-focused experience.
Now, let's flip this around. If simplicity and logic are the goals, what are the common traps that pull us learners in the exact wrong direction?
Well, one analysis actually identified 17 common mistakes that self-taught programmers make. And these aren't just little trip-ups. These are major roadblocks. It's everything from trying to learn multiple languages at once, to the doomed attempt to memorize every piece of code, to multitasking while you're trying to study. All of them just pull you away from what really matters, focused, practical learning. But the biggest trap of all? Getting stuck on theory. Here's the absolute bottom line. Learning to code is an active sport, right? You can't learn to swim by watching videos of Michael Phelps. You have to get in the water. This 80-20 rule should be your new mantra. Spend 80% of your time actually building, breaking, and fixing code. Okay, so you're avoiding the traps, you're ready to practice. But what does practice actually look like for a professional? What are the skills that tutorials almost never, ever teach you?
This quote from a developer on Reddit, man, it just hits the nail on the head. So many newcomers focus on a checklist of languages. Oh, I know HTML, I know CSS, I know JavaScript, but they miss the actual craft of software development. The reality of the job isn't knowing a list of things, it's about the process of solving problems. So how do you practice the real craft? Here is a brilliant, totally demystified way to start contributing to open source. Forget about writing some massive new feature. Just start right here. Find a big project, get it working on your own machine, find a known bug that's already been reported, and then just try to find the line of code that's causing it. That's it. That one process alone will teach you more than 50 tutorials, I promise. And this brings us to the final and most important transformation. The goal isn't to become someone who just knows a language. It's to become someone who uses a language to solve real problems. This is it. This is what being a developer actually looks like day to day. It's reading code that was written by other people to understand a huge, complex system. It's methodically using a debugger to hunt down a tricky problem. It's collaborating with your team using tools like Git, and it's being able to communicate clearly about technical challenges. These are the skills that get you hired. So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. Are you just learning to write code, Or are you learning how to solve problems? Shift your mindset from just memorizing syntax to actively practicing the craft of problem solving, because that right there is the real path from tutorial hell to becoming a confident, real world developer.